Okay guys, we have some more division today. It's called long division bingo. So we are going to find our answers and then color it on the bingo board, okay? So we are going to zoom in on our first one. And we have 186 divided by 6. So I'm going to look at my first. How many times does 6 fit into 1? 6 does not fit into 1, so I'm going to mark that with an X. Then I'm going to say, how many times does 6 fit into 18? Well, I'm going to go over here on the side. 6, 12, 18. Oh, it fits in perfectly, doesn't it? So 3, that was how many times? 3 6s. I put my 3 up here. And then I'm going to do my time step. 3 times 6 was 18. And then I'm going to subtract. Remember to write your steps up here. If you probably still need to, okay? And then I check, and is there anything to bring down? Yes, there is. So I subtract. I have 6. How many times does 6 fit into 6? Once, doesn't it? Fits in 1 time, and then 1 times 6 is 6. That's what I'm going to subtract. And what you're going to notice about these problems is they do not have any remainders. They're all going to come out evenly, okay? So my answer for that one was 31. So I could go down to my puzzle, find 31, and color that in, okay? Just like that. All right. Let's go back up and do another one together. All right. Our next one is 192 divided by 4. All right. I say, does 4 go into 1? 4 cannot fit into 1. Can 4 go into 19? Yes, it can. But how many times? I'm going to go over on the side. I'm going to do my count bys. 4. Remember, I want to get as close as I can, but not go over. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Oh, 20 is too big, isn't it? So 16 was my magic number. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 4s. Put my 4 up here, and then I say 4 times 4 is 16. Then I subtract. 9 minus 6 is 3. 1 minus 1 is 0. I check. Is there a number to bring down? Yes, there is. I bring down my 2. And I look back at my chart now, because how many times does 4 go into 32? I'm going to have to count higher, aren't I? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. It's going to work out perfectly, isn't it? How many 4s was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 4s. Okay, and then I say 8 times 4 is 32. And I subtract, and my remainder is 0. You don't even have to write that. We didn't even write it on the first one, okay? It's up to you. You can just write 48, okay? Then I go down to my chart, my handy-dandy chart, and fill in, find that answer. And where is it? There it is. And fill it in, okay? And we are back up to do another problem. All right. It's important that you're listening as we go along. I know we're doing a lot together, but we need to do that, especially from a distance. We need to make sure that we're doing a lot of them together. All right. First step, how many times does 8 go into 1? It does not. It's your X. How many times does 8 go into 18? Let's count by 8s. 8, 16, Ooh, that's pretty close, isn't it? If I go to the next one, it'd be 24. That's too big. So 16 was 2 eighths. So I say, oops, excuse me, I say, this is a 2, guys, sorry. 2 times 8 is 16. 8 minus 6 is 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. I check. Do I have a number to bring down? I do. And it's a 4. And the process starts over again. How many 8s fit into 24? Well, I can look up at my numbers that I already wrote, and I can see that 8 fits in there 3 times. Then 3 times 8 is 24. And I subtract, and I have a 0 remainder. So my answer was 23. Let's go back to our chart. Doesn't matter what color you're coloring in the bingo stuff. You can color it any color you want. And I'm looking for 23. Perfect. All right. You guys staying with me? I hope we get a bingo soon, right? All right, let's look at our next one. How many times does 5 fit into 2? It does not. It does not. So I'm going to put my X. How many times does 5 fit into 25? Well, we're pretty good at counting by 5s, but we're going to write them down anyway. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Fits in perfectly, right? So how many 5s was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5s. And then I times. 5 times 5 is 25. I subtract. 0. I look up. I have a number to bring down. It's a 5. And then I start over again. How many times does 5 fit into 5? Well, 5 goes into 5 once, doesn't it? And then 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract. And my final answer was 51 with no remainder. Correct? So now I'm going to go down to my bingo and I'm going to look for 51. All right. All right. And maybe we're getting close to a bingo, aren't we? All right. Okay, I'm going to do one more with you, and then I'm going to leave 3 for you to do on your own, okay? All right, let's look at our next one. How many times does 7 fit into 2? It does not. Okay, put an X there. How many times does 7 fit into 28? Let's do our count bys. 7, 14. You can look at your times table if you need to. 21 and 28. How many times was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I say 4 times 7 is 28. I subtract 0. Look up, bring down my 7. And I say, how many times does 7 fit into 7? How many times does 7 fit into 7? Only once, right? And then 1 times 7 is 7. Subtract. And my remainder is, of course, 0. Because remember, these are all going to be remainder zeros. So I'm going to go down to my chart. And I am going to find 41. Where is 41? And 41. There we go. No bingo yet. And we'll go back up. And so what Mrs. Hagen is having you do is 3 problems, okay? So right away, you're going to, on our next one, you're going to say, does 2 fit into 1? Well, I can tell you right now, guys, on all of these that we're going to have an X, aren't we? Because they're all bigger numbers for the divisor. So put an X there, and then your next step is going to be, how many times does 2 fit into 16? Start doing your count bys. How many times? 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. How many times was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 times 8 is 6. 8. And now I do my time step. 8 times 2 is 16. Subtract and bring down. I got you started on that one, guys. Now you're going to say how many times does 2 fit into 8, okay? So I have 2 that you can show me that you can do on your own. Good luck, guys.